Welcome back to Lakestone Love, the video series documenting the renovation of my personal home.
For today's episode, we are going to dive into rough-ins. That's kind of the stage where we are presently. During the rough-in stage, this is when the different trades bring in their various lines to the space, but don't make the final connections. So for plumbing, which is really the main focus of today, we are going through the process of putting the plumbing valves in the walls. This week I met with our contractor Corbett, the plumber, and my friend and plumbing guru, Beth Brown. For the rough-in meetings, it's really important that I am there on site. And when it's an out-of-town project, I will typically just do a FaceTime call, because what happens is what you draw on paper, which is a very important step in this process, it doesn't always work in a renovation job. New construction is different, but it doesn't always work exactly how you draw it. So it's really important to see, whether it's on FaceTime or in person, what's going on there, like what are these studs doing and how we can work around it. So that way we can more efficiently problem solve if something is kind of a no-go. At this stage of the game, what matters most is like if we have any faucets that are coming out of the wall. For me, it's Fisher's bathroom. He has a wall-mounted faucet. I need to go ahead and provide an elevation to the plumber in this stage in the game that shows exactly where that's coming out of the wall, at what height. The kind of detail that you have to come up with at this point to inform your decisions in the rough-in stage are also relating to the finishes. What is the floor? Okay, it's tile floor. So we have Durarock and we have thin set, and then we have the tile material. So how thick are all those different items once you add them up? But hang on, I looked at one color was 5/16, but the color that I'm actually using is 3/8.
Because if you're at 36, plus you got another inch that your floor's going to be there for 4 inch.
And then also have to go into all of the showers and place, where is the shower head? Where are the pressure control? Do we have a thermostatic valve? Showers can be pretty complex these days. So a lot of times we're placing like multiple pieces, as you see, for instance, in the master bathroom, where we have 3 water sources and a thermostatic valve and then 3 pressure controls. Also, placement is so specific. We have a 15-inch bench seat in the master shower. Since it's a steam shower, it's nice to have a bench. If the plumber were just to go in there on his own without anyone overseeing it and without attention to detail, he might just put all the valves and the shower heads like smack dab in the middle of the wall. And in this case, that's really not going to work, because when you're inside the space, once the bench seat is there, it's really going to feel like the center line should be more from the end of the bench seat to the opposite wall. So in the master bath, I think it's a little overwhelming because there are all these multiple sources and I just want to have these beautiful, clean marble walls. So I am very lucky that my good friend Beth was able to come out to the site and drop off some of the rough-in valves. And she does plumbing all day, every day. It's like her specialty. So it's nice to be able to have a friend who I can use as a bouncing board for things like this. So we've got it at 48.
And that's the bottom post. This is the part we're talking about.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you'll be able to drill, once all the tile's done, you'll be able to drill exactly where you want that place.
So-
But this elbow is what's pertinent right now,
So-
where they're going to rough in.
Should I put it there then? So when we get to Lil's bathroom, we run into a little jam, and this is common. So it's always good that during the rough-in stage, you still have access to your framer to make some minor framing changes and modifications. So I think sometimes people think, oh, well, it's already framed like this or that, so the ship sailed, especially on a renovation job. And that's just not the case. It takes very minimal work to frame something and get it exactly how you want it, as opposed to just letting chance design your bathroom. So in Lil's bathroom, what we have run into is to have her perfectly centered 6-inch beautiful brass drain centered in her shower. There is a floor joist there. So what we're going to do, the framer's confirmed, it's not going to be an issue. So the plumber is just going to go ahead and cut the joist, and then the framer's going to come back and frame around that to make up for any lost support. So drain will be centered, crisis averted. So that's where we are with plumbing rough-ins and why it's such an important part of the design process. Stay tuned. We'll have electrical, HVAC, home automation, and on rough-ins coming soon.